Hi, Tappers. Last week, we explored the concept of how to help your brain to see something that isn't true when you currently 100% believe it is true. As for suggestions and subject matter on what you might want to unravel with this, we got two different suggestions that I'm going to help you with today, and they are being healthy, self-love. I'm going to do them in that order. It's just a quick example. You can expound on this. However, it is enough as a really good beginning point for you to tap on. So you can follow along with me. First, we're going to do getting healthy when you 100% believe that you're probably not going to, and finding self-love, even though right now you probably believe you never will. Are you ready? Let's do it. Even though right now, as I ponder my health, I don't believe at all that things will change, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though right now, when I think about the possibility of being healthy, I don't believe it at all, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Even though right now, when I think about health, I don't believe there are really any answers for me, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Of course, this is how I feel. It makes a lot of sense that I don't believe in an answer. I've looked for an answer really hard, and I haven't found it. Other people who have healed in similar situations, they've found an answer by now. Not everybody does find an answer. I must be one of those people who never will. It is more likely that I will never find an answer than it is that anything exists for me as an answer. Even if part or all of this feels completely true for me, I deeply and completely accept myself anyway. If this is all true, then fine. You know what? Fine. Fine. I accept it. I don't like it. I don't want it, but I accept it. Now what? Now what? If this is my life, now what? Do I accept all of the terms of this? What does getting better even mean? Does it mean perfect health? Because if it means perfect health to me, who really gets that? Is perfect health even real? Never having a headache, never having a stomach cramp, feeling 100% energetic every day, getting perfect sleep every night? What percentage of people ever have that? Maybe it is practical for me to let go of that as my goal. But I wonder, is there a different goal that I could maybe achieve or appreciate? I mean, after all, even though I'm not 100% healthy, I'm also not 100% sick because, well, I am alive. So something's working. I wonder, what is working? What are things that I operate with that do work in a healthy way? Is it my lungs? Is it my liver, my pancreas, my colon, my small intestine, my throat, my voice, my eyes, my ears, my mouth, my hearing, my sense of touch, my skin? Out of all of the processes that work in my body, what percentage of them am I okay with that I don't need to worry about? Whatever number of things that I'm good with, I deeply and completely appreciate. I appreciate how those parts of me work. And I accept their offer and their strength and their give. I wonder, what's the difference? What's the difference between the things that work and the things that don't? Maybe I've had some medical intervention that didn't go well. Maybe I need some medical intervention in a way that I haven't discovered yet. Maybe I was born this way. Maybe it's a misfortune that I experienced. But whatever it is, I wonder, what if I stop trying to fix it? What if I stop looking for an answer in the places that are broken? Have I ever considered strengthening what's at least working okay for me? Have I considered, if my lungs work well, maybe I will try some deep breathing exercises. Maybe that could do something for me. Maybe it won't be my answer. Maybe it will. But whether or not it's 100% my answer, what if it gives me 2% more strength, 2% more peace and relaxation? That doesn't sound like a lot at first. But what if every part of me that is working at least okay gave me a 2% boost? That could end up being quite a bit. What if I ended up being 20% better, 30% better, just by growing the parts of me that are working at least okay? Huh. Supporting what's working. Finding ways to gently expand, grow, support, and strengthen parts of me that are working. I don't know if it will be my answer for healing the way that I want to heal. But what if it helps? What if it is some kind of answer? Maybe it's worth giving a try. And if this helps, maybe it could lead me to something else. Whether or not this leads me to the answer I want, I hold space for it to show me other possibilities. And as I allow this, I deeply and completely accept myself. Moving on. Now let's tap on the belief that I'll never find self-love. As I ponder being able to love myself, deep down, I know that I don't believe I ever will. Even though deep down, I don't believe I can love myself I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I have big feelings about accepting that I will never truly love myself, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Even though it's a lot of things that come up for me when I think about self love and not feeling like it'll ever be something that I have, I still choose right now to acknowledge how I feel. And I deeply and completely accept it. I accept that I don't love myself. And I acknowledge that I may never. And it doesn't feel okay, but I acknowledge that it's where I am. And it's okay for me to acknowledge that. It's okay for me to accept it. This is where I am. And even though I deeply believe I never will, I hold space to trust in speaking where I am. I'm going to choose this moment to just get it all out and to stop trying to be different than what I really believe. I do believe that I won't find a way to love myself. I've tried for so long. I've tried all the words, I've tried all the actions, and they just don't land. And I don't know why. And it's frustrating. Maybe it's embarrassing. And I really judge myself for it. But there's got to be a reason. And I don't know that I'll ever find that reason. Maybe deep down, I don't know that I want to find that reason. But I don't believe I'll ever find a way to love myself. And even though that's really how I feel, right now I choose to accept it. I accept that I don't believe it. I don't believe in self-love, not for me. I don't know that anybody really knows what that feels like. Maybe they do, but I don't. I wonder, do I know what loving anything feels like? Do I trust my love in any category? Do I trust that I've ever really loved another person? Do I trust the feelings I've had towards anything that I have defined as love? As I consider all of my beliefs about love, I deeply and completely accept myself. It's okay that I'm so deeply confused. Of course, I feel this way. It makes sense that love is difficult and maybe even scary. Maybe I feel like self love isn't safe. It would make a lot of sense if deep down I avoid discovering self love because it doesn't feel safe. Maybe someone in my history made me feel like it's not right, it's not okay, it's not safe, it's not a good place, or I wouldn't like what happens if I found it. If I somehow picked up the belief that self love isn't safe, of course my brain would protect me from finding self love. It wouldn't make sense for me to have it. Whether or not my brain believes that self love is safe, deeply and completely accept myself. You know, it's not rare to struggle to love one's self. That's something that seems pretty prevalent. A lot of people have a hard time with this. I wonder why? Why is it so hard to find self love? Wonder what are my beliefs about self love? I know it's something that now a lot of people say you should have and that it's okay to have and that it's healing to have. But what else have I heard about self love? Do I believe that it's selfish? Do I believe that it's entitlement? Do I believe that it's damaging? I know that logically I'm supposed to believe that it's healthy and healing, but emotionally, do I have other beliefs about self love? If I am discovering I have other beliefs about self love, I hold space for myself and the battle that is existing about what self love really means for me. Self love, my self love, my outcome for self love. I wonder what bad things do I believe could exist or could happen if I loved myself? Where do I feel it in my body when I feel resistance to self love? What emotion does it feel like? Is it fear? Is it judgment? Is it anger? Is it simply a wall that says, nope, not for you? I wonder what would happen if I had a conversation with that space. I wonder what would happen if I simply asked, why? Okay, I hear you, but why? And it's possible that this part of me will say something and I'll have a realization. It's possible that this part of me won't give me much. But whether or not this part of me has any sort of explanation or awareness to offer, I wonder, what does not having self love hold me back from? What is it that I believe I don't get to have because I do not have self love? Do I believe I don't get to be happy? Do I believe I don't get to be in love with someone else or have someone else be in love with me? Do I believe I don't get what I feel I deserve due to my abilities or my output? Whatever it is that I believe I don't get to have because I don't have self love, I give myself permission to have it anyway. I give myself permission to not have self love and still receive these things. I can't do that. Can I do that? Maybe I can do that. It's not okay for me to do that. Maybe it is okay for me to do that. I may never fully receive self-love, but I'm not going to let that stop me from everything else that I want in life. I am going to let that stop me from everything else I want in life. No, I'm not going to let it stop me from everything else that I want in life. I'm tired of this being my gateway. I'm tired of this being my door. Maybe it's something I'll figure out. Maybe I won't. But either way, I will find other ways to receive what it is that I want. This does not have to be my stopping point. It's okay for me to have things that I'm working on or things that are a mystery to me and receive other things as well and succeed in other ways as well. Maybe I don't need to figure out self-love right now. Maybe as I allow myself permission to have other successes and other insights, it'll figure it out on its own. And maybe it won't. But either way, it's not going to keep me from anything else anymore. I give myself permission to succeed, even if I'm not perfect at self-love. I give myself permission to succeed, even if I never figure out self-love. Self-love would be nice, but I give myself permission to succeed even if I never figure it out. And as I allow myself permissions to succeed, even if I don't have everything else figured out, I deeply and completely accept myself. And I hold space for all the permissions I need to succeed in every way that I can, even if I'm aware of some places where right now I can't. There we are, tappers. I hope that these short tapping scripts give you an idea of new ways that you can look at things and allow yourself a pathway through them or around them in a way that you previously didn't have. Let me know in the comments how this works for you. I hope it helps. I'll see you soon.